Welcome in to YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Dave Collins back for another week, and lots to get into, both on the gridiron and on the baseball field. Some MLB winter meetings, Red Sox making some big moves this week. We'll get into those next, but first let's start on the gridiron. Patriots taking care of the Rams with no problems. I think we finally saw a game that we wanted as Patriots fans. 26-10.
Was it enough for you?
It was.
Okay.
They could have scored a few more touchdowns.
Did you feel uncomfortable at any time during the game, from kickoff to final snap?
No, of course not. But I do feel uncomfortable now. We talked last week about Rob Gronkowski and his injury, but before, when we had done the show, he wasn't officially out for the year. He is now out for the year. Are Patriots fans making a bigger deal than it is? Can they adjust, or is this a big deal? Both. Let's talk about now first, and then later in the future.
I think that's the big question. Is it the issue of now and for the rest of this season, or is it an issue of, is this guy going to be prepared to come back for next season and the season before that? He's a great player when he's healthy, but he's porcelain. And I don't necessarily think that injury came against the Jets. Might have been aggravated. That big hit that he took in Sunday Night Football against Seattle, that's what started it. Maybe he didn't tell anybody, or the Patriots did a great job of keeping it a secret, and then that just aggravated it when he dove for the ball and then fell on the turf against the Jets a couple of weeks ago. You've got Bennett right there. You've got Edelman. You've got Amendola as other weapons. This guy, though, can not only catch the football, but he can block. And he's also the class clown / team leader. And when you talk about the Patriots, okay, Belichick, Brady, and then who? It's usually Gronk right after that.
Right. And the good thing, the point that you made, that he is a blocker. He's not just that pass catcher or that red zone threat. He is a blocker and a decoy at sometimes. They spread him out wide. So his value, you're right, is right behind Brady.
But if I'm Gronkowski, I just stay off. I know, he took a video, late last week of him walking around. I don't want to see it. If I'm a Patriots fan, I don't want to see Gronkowski until at least April or May. I don't want to see him walking around. I don't want to see him running down a football field. Nothing.
Just recovering.
Stay in bed, get healthy.
Right, okay.
Because he can be valuable.
Right, that's true. Now, going ahead to long term, what does this mean for Gronkowski, and what does it mean for the Patriots? Does this mean they give him one more shot next year?
You have to.
And that could be the last straw, because Belichick, every roster spot's important. Nobody is above getting cut.
You say that now, but I think
maybe Brady
I think a
is.
pass. Yeah, Brady definitely gets a pass, and maybe Gronkowski
He
gets
might
a pass.
be the other one.
Goskowski was getting a pass, the kicker for the Patriots. I don't think so anymore.
Right.
But Gronk, yes, if he could stay healthy. I just worry, though, that this is going to lead to further injuries. Luckily, none of these injuries have had to do with his head. It's all been limbs, legs or arms. If it was with his head, I'd be really concerned. But you can recover from that. The body can heal itself. But he's fragile.
Right. And I think also the relationship that the Gronkowski family has with the Patriots or Belichick, that can also throw a little wrench in the system.
And I've said this to one of my friends, too.
Right.
I said, I dealt with this in Philadelphia. Eric Lindros and his parents, when he played for the Flyers back in the late 90s and he suffered all those concussions, that got into be a huge mess. And they were keeping him out of games. They stripped him of the captaincy. Just leave it alone and let him heal himself.
Yep. I could see giving him one more chance, but I could really see realistic, and maybe this is just me sounding alarms, but following next season, him not being on the Patriots. Whether it be injuries, whether it be just cutting him because he's not consistent. I mean, it's unfortunate when somebody gets injured, but at some point you have to say, I can't deal with this anymore. He's got to go.
This could mark up the value, though, not only for Bennett, but also Julian Edelman and Amendola. Amendola's been on the hot seat on and off ever since he came here, injury prone as well. Those three need to step it up. The defense is a whole other story. Gronkowski and his parents and his family should stay out of the picture until he gets healthy in April and May. Let these other guys step up, and I think the Patriots will be fine as far as offense goes.
All right, Patriots in this coming week, they play Baltimore at home, Monday Night Football, and then they go to Denver, which is a harder game and which might be they could lose. Both of them?
I think they could lose both of them. I think there's a pretty good chance they could lose 1 out of 2.
Yeah.
I think if they lose to Baltimore at home, because the Ravens have had their number on and off throughout the couple of seasons,
no question.
then they'll come out and blow the doors off the Broncos the next week. If it's a tough game against Baltimore, don't be surprised if the Broncos show up for that game in a big way.
Now, I think this week they'll be able to take control of Baltimore. I'm not as worried, but I do agree with you that they have seen problems from the Ravens in the past.
They do. They have. We all remember that game. And also, Denver is at Tennessee. So not the easiest game, because Tennessee in that AFC South, that's a crapshoot right now, is who is going to get a playoff spot. Probably you're going to have to win the division. One team is going to win the division in the AFC South and get in the playoffs. But Denver has to go to Tennessee at 1 o'clock this Sunday, then come back and play the Patriots. So it's not like it's a cakewalk for the Broncos.
Yeah, down the stretch, the last 4 weeks of the season are going to be interesting. We didn't quite get to it. We'll get to it at the beginning of next segment. Your New York Jets and their national football, Monday Night Football in front of a national audience.
Disaster.
Yeah, it was. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.